Hi folks, Old South Sales in Jackson, Mississippi, where we specialize in diesel trucks, affordable diesel trucks, affordable trucks that were one time really high dollar trucks. We sold hundreds and hundreds, well even thousands of them. Today we're going to list a really nice truck. By the way, I'm not trying to be cool.
Nobody wants to see that.
Well, I got to show you, because anyway.
Nobody thinks anything about you wearing a hat. No, I don't know why you're self-conscious about wearing a hat.
I'm self-conscious about it. But anyway, all that aside, folks, the VA is whacking on me. So anyhow, we're going to list a nice truck today after I get through arguing with my son, who you know, is real knowledgeable about everything. But anyhow, this is a great truck. It's a 2008 Ford F250 turbo diesel FX4. Just a really nice truck with a Lariat package on it, matching set of tires, got a great stance. It's got 200 and something thousand miles on it, but it's been tuned and deleted, so you don't have to worry about that. We're going to show you this truck, and you'll agree when you see it that whoever had this truck just put highway miles on it, because it's obviously not been anywhere except on the road. This is a great truck, and it's just as clean and nice as it can be. You can see it here. It's got a, I guess this is a small leveling kit.
It's got a, I think a ready lift, a little leveling kit on it. Got a 20-inch custom wheels, Nitto tires, got a brand new windshield.
Stands up really good. You can see under here, there's no rust issues. It's a local Southern truck, a local trade-in, F250 Lariat. But I want you to look in here at how clean this truck is, folks. This is the original seats. The headliner is nice. It's got expensive floor mats. Look how neat that carpet is. That's not navigation, but it's got the
Pioneer Bluetooth touchscreen stereo.
Got everything. It's got power on both sides, windows, door locks, tilt, cruise, stereo, steering wheel controls. I guess those mirrors fold on.
It's got the memory seats. You can see the mirrors power fold. They also power extend. You can see they go in and out on both sides. Got the tuner does come with this one. It's got an expensive tuner.
Well, how much does that cost?
That one's about $1,200 new.
Look in here, folks. I was going to show you. See this? There's no mud, no that. We can't clean them up like that. Our guys.
We can't clean them up, period. But
look up in here, son. Show this. Look how neat that is. No, I mean, someone just drove this truck up and down the road and took care of it. Of course, you know, it's going to be such a value.
It's got the flip-up seats, got the fold-out rack. I'll take pictures of that. Extra power outlets. All that's good on it.
Seeing the steering wheel. I mean,
in the gas
cap, you can see it's not smeared and painted around on and all that. Once again, up under here, here's your the spare under it. I don't know if that's original or not. It looks like it could be. It looks new. It's got the
tailgate
step and all that. It's got a
pretty nice bed liner.
Pretty new. The lines on the truck bed are straight as they can be. You look down the side, I mean, you can see it's not pecked up, dinged up and all that. Paint knocked off of it. We showed you these lines. You can look across here at the back. That line's straight as an arrow. That's just a bed line.
I can see your back of your head, but
okay.
Anyway, these seats flip up. Now I will point out there's one little, about a 1-inch cut in that material, but I'm not going to redo the whole seat over it. I'm just going to point it out.
That's got the original floor mats in it, plus this nice mat overlaying it, which it is correct. Power on both sides. See how clean that is? There's no dust and dirt. This has never been a farm truck.
There's your hookup wire for the stereo.
As you can see, the carpets are
you can see the door pockets
nice can be.
You can tell a work truck because the door pockets are covered in dirt and grease. And
well, yeah, there's dirt and mud and dust everywhere in them, and there's not in this truck. Dan says it rides and drives the great.
It's got a lot of power.
Give you a test drive. Do you look under here, son?
Yeah.
These wheels are pretty. I don't know who put them on.
I don't know the brand, but they look good.
They stand up. The truck's got a great stance to it. If you have questions about this truck, you want to know what it takes to buy it, any questions, give Dan a call. 601-720-2857. 601-720-2857. It's a great truck. If you've been down to your local dealer and they priced you new and you went, oh my God, well, you can buy this truck for a mere fraction of that. It won't smell new for about 2 weeks, but then again, they'll be about the same, except it will cost you about $40,000 to drive the other one, and it'll cost you over a 5-year period. The depreciation on this truck will be so minimal. I mean, it's inconsequential. I don't understand how they sell new trucks, but all that said, we're going to list it. We intend to sell it. It's a great truck. It's a 2008 Ford F250 turbo diesel Lariat FX4 4-wheel drive package, sitting on a good set of tires, spares under it, bed liner, got all that, folks. You saw on the inside how absolutely nice it is. It's just a beautiful truck on the inside. Tuned and deleted, an expensive tuner goes with the truck. It's a great truck, folks. It's going to be a real value. Thanks for watching our video. Appreciate that. Look forward to visiting with you about this truck, seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi.
Hi folks, Dan Dale here. You've been listening to my dad talk about this truck. Now I'm going to take you on a test drive. But before I do, just want to show you a few things. First of all, you can see EGR has been deleted. It got the high flow intake elbow. Adds a little power, drops about 100 degrees off your exhaust temps. Now one thing I do want to mention, we don't clean under hoods. This is just how this truck came in. So it's a little dirty, but the one thing you can take away from that is this truck has not spent its life out in mud holes and stuff, because when they have all these bare aluminum pieces get a patina, a brown patina that can't be cleaned off, and this one doesn't have any. Main thing I want to show you though, under the hood, you can see it's got a little smoke. Smoke's not a big deal as long as it's not puffing. Smoke, a lot of people think smoke's blow by, but it's not. And the main thing is, you can see, set the cap down, doesn't blow off. If the cap blows off, that means you have blow by. And all that is engine compression getting past the piston rings and into the crankcase. It's not necessarily the sign of a bad engine, but it's just a sign of wear, and not really present on this truck. So now we're gonna hop in, take you on a test drive. Okay, now we're inside the truck. I'll let you watch me crank it up. You can see all the okay, now we're in the truck. Let me turn the radio down. Like Dad said, I don't know if you can see it, Pioneer stereo, auto climate. Let me crank that up on full blast. It does have tow command. It has power pedals, upfitter switches. You can see it's got the, see it goes in 4 high and out and all that stuff. Now, it's called a dash DAC, is the model of the box on this tuner. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a Spartan tuner, the programs, but I could be wrong, but I'm 95% sure it is. But it's got a bunch of screens, set up tuning. It's got a nice little tow tune on it now. Doesn't smoke much in normal driving. Now if you get on it just right, you can roll a little cold, which is the way I like it. But I did want to show you, you can see read codes, no codes to display, everything's good. No, a lot of times you may not have an engine light, but you'll have hidden codes, and this one doesn't have any of those either. But there's a lot of stuff on there you can play with. Rest of the truck, interior's nice, a little dusty as usual. Got the steering wheel controls for the cruise, and they spent the money to get the steering wheel controls hooked up to work on the stereo, which is unusual, but that's good. Got one little spot on the steering wheel, you can't hardly notice it. I just put a little cover on it and go on, but that's up to you. Got the tow haul mode. You'll have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other on some of the very, very worst roads in the city of Jackson. So Even though the video may come out a little shaky, rest assured the truck itself has a great ride and drive. And one thing you can take away from all these potholes and bumps and thunks that I'm running over is that this truck, there's no squeaks, no bangs, no clunks, feels tight, doesn't feel like there's a bunch of slop in it, there's no bangs when you run over potholes. You know, everything on the front end feels good. You get on some of them with higher miles and it's like you're sawing all over the wheel to keep it straight, but you don't have to do that on this one. It's even got the little microphone already run for your, I guess when you're doing the Bluetooth thing. Like I said earlier, the EGR and the DPF have been deleted. EGR, you really don't have to do it. It costs a little extra more money, but it's good to have it done. The main thing on these 6.4s is the DPF, because these newer trucks use that fluid to clean their soot filter, which is also called the DPF. But these 6.4s, the way they clean theirs, they dumped extra fuel into the rear cylinders, and this caused two problems. One, it just killed the fuel economy. Since you're just dumping fuel out the exhaust, when you delete one, you pick up anywhere from 5 to 7 miles per gallon right off the bat. And it hurts the engine over time. If you're not on top of your oil changes, eventually some of that fuel gets past the piston rings and into the crankcase, and you end up thinning out your oil, which leads to all kind of problems. Or, you know, sometimes it dumps too much fuel in at once and cracks the piston. But believe me, 267,000 like this truck has, any issues that may have come up have already been handled. It's had the radiator and thermostat recall done. That's about $1,500 you don't have to spend. It shifts out perfect. It fires right up, hot or cold. And whether you buy from us or whomever, you always want to hear an Power Stroke run cold, because it may run perfect hot, but it could have injector or ficum issues and run like crap cold, and once it warmed up you wouldn't know it. But this one runs perfect, hot or cold, just like it should. Got the parking sensors, got the dual zone auto climate, no cracks in the dash, new windshield, automatic dimming rearview mirror, got your overhead console with sunglasses holder. Not really a whole lot to nitpick on this truck, to be honest. Like I said, got a little spot on the steering wheel, and the carpet could use a good scrubbing if you wanted to, if you're worried about it. But other than that, I mean, it's just ready to go. We've checked all the fluids, although, you know, we recommend if you buy the truck, when you get home, you change and service everything just so you can start a service history on it. This truck, it doesn't pull to the left or right when I let go of the steering wheel. It doesn't vibrate or pull when I hit the brakes. All that's good. If you want to fly in here to Jackson, Mississippi and drive it home, you can. We'll pick you up at the airport, no extra charge. During our regular business hours, we'll come back and do all the paperwork and feedback and stuff. Make it a real smooth, simple transaction. I wouldn't hesitate to hop in this truck and drive it anywhere, so just to get that out of the way. But we understand most of our customers are from the Northeast and the Midwest, and they're buying from us for two reasons. One, we got great deals because we don't have a office with salesmen and overhead. We just sell on the internet. And two, we've got Southern trucks that aren't rusted out. So with that being said, we understand a lot of you don't have time to spend 2 or 3 days flying or driving down and driving home. So if that's the case with you, don't let the idea of having to ship it dissuade you from buying the truck. That's why we do these big long videos. And if you look online at some of these online pricing sites to get a quote on shipping, don't let those shipping quotes scare you, because depending on how much of a hurry you're in, we can save you as much as half off the average shipping quote. And the reason for that is most of these guys you find online, they're not actual shippers. They don't have a fleet of trucks out on the road. They're just brokers. And all they'll do is they'll charge you hundreds of dollars and they'll call it a deposit, but all it really is their fee for finding somebody to haul your truck. And they all use this one website that's not open to the public called Central Dispatch. Well, we jumped through all the hoops to get signed up with Central, paid all the fees, pay all the monthly fees, posting fees, fees on fees, and everything. So basically we can offer you wholesale rates on shipping. We don't charge a markup or a deposit or a fee to our customers. Although even if you don't buy from us, we'll do it for 50 bucks, but we'd rather you buy from us and we'll do it for free. So basically we can get you wholesale rates on shipping. And if you're not in a hurry, we can post it lower than the average going rate and try and catch somebody that's looking to make a deal to fill an empty spot on their trailer and get an even better deal. But basically the way it works is you pay us for the truck, we post it as available for shipping, we wait to hear from somebody that can handle it. We handle all the logistics, and all you do is when they drop your truck off, you pay them in cash for the shipping. So real smooth, simple process. If you're interested, shoot me a text or an email with your zip and I'll get you a good ballpark quote on shipping. And if you're anywhere near Dallas or Houston or Atlanta or pretty much anywhere in the state of Texas, we can get you a great deal on shipping. So like I said, shoot me a text or an email, 601-376-9869. Be glad to get back with you on a quote. If you're interested in the truck, call me. If you want to know more about tuning, about these 6.4 diesels, call me. I mean, the biggest thing you got to remember on these 6.4s, whether you buy this one or not, they got to be DPF deleted. EGR, who cares? Got to delete the DPF, and you got to keep them serviced. You got to change the oil every 5,000 miles. You got to change the fuel filters every other oil change, and you got to use forward filters. If you do those things, these engines can run forever. If you don't, you'll have problems. So obviously this one's been well taken care of to get to 267 and got a lot of life left in it too. So like I said, if you're interested, shoot me a text or an email or call me. One thing before I go, just want to show you the dash. You see we've been driving nearly 10 minutes and there's no lights lit on the dash, no airbag, brake, service, any of that. I like to show the dash after I've been driving a while because, you know, it's easy to hook your scan tool up and clear a light and take a picture and say, oh look, no lights. But if there's a problem and you haven't fixed it, that light's going to come right back on after you start driving it. So that's why I like to show the light, the dash, after we've been driving it so you can see for yourself, no lights on. So like I said, if you have any questions, call me. Otherwise, appreciate you watching our video. Look forward to seeing you here in South Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.